Now, before I get into this review of Power Ranger Beast Morphers, I want to thank you guys, subscribers and non-subscribers, because recently we just hit 2,000 subs on this channel, and I never thought I would get to 2,000 subs. I never thought I would get to 1,000 subs on this channel, but I want to thank each and every one of you guys who have hit that sub button, hit that like button, watched the video, even if it was for a minute. I want to thank you guys for sticking around and enjoying the stuff I put on this channel. This is all thanks to you guys. You guys made it happen, so thank you to each and every one of you, and I promise more Power Ranger related content in the future. Thanks for watching. Let's get on with the review. So Power Ranger Beast Morphers episode 11 was kind of a basic episode. I mean, a lot happened, we saw some new things, but apart from everything else, some important stuff did happen, but this seemed like your run-of-the-mill monster of the day Beast Morphers episode for me, and I've been saying for the past few episodes it feels like we've been feeling some important plot threads going along. Some of those plot threads did happen this episode, but we didn't follow up on them entirely, and I got confused when we got to the end credits scene. What exactly is going to be happening with our two villains going forward? But anyway, let's talk about the episode right now. So the episode opens up with some blindfold training with some bow staffs, with Zoe and Ravi have blindfolds on their heads, and Devon is sort of like training them to trust their beast instinct. And when we heard that they'd be trusting their beast instinct, I thought this would be playing a key role in today's episode, but unfortunately it didn't. It was just a training exercise. Maybe it's going to come back in future episodes, who knows, but they didn't really follow up on it that much. It was just a small training exercise. And then we moved on to the next scene, which was Devon getting a VR headset that he ordered online, and it finally arrives. They get a call that Blaze is doing some stuff, and then he says to Ben and Betty, "Can you please look after this?" Ben and Betty get into some antics and break the VR headset. It was a kind of a funny scene. I did enjoy it. It felt like it dragged on a bit too long. Like, I think it only went on for a minute or two, but it felt like it dragged on just a tiny little bit, but either way I did enjoy it. But anyway, they break the headset and antics ensue coming up. So the Rangers confront Blaze at the area wherever they fight Blaze. There's a lot of bins there, and I thought he was going to be making a bin monster with the virus, but Blaze is about to make a drone, but Devon rushes in and he slices up the computer that they use to make the drone. So the Rangers think, hey, we've won for today. We're not going to be seeing them create any drones for the longest time. So Blaze has failed Evox for the last time apparently, and we don't see Blaze during the entire episode at all. He fails Evox, he doesn't get a second chance. Roxy takes the spotlight once again. It's cool seeing Roxy in the spotlight recently because mostly it's been Blaze doing stuff, but seeing Roxy get a few episodes dedicated to herself where she's the main villain doing all the villainous antics is really fun. So Roxy goes to Skruzzle, and Skruzzle's got a computer that can fix the drone monster of the day creator machine, and she says, if your machine can fix stuff together, can it do the opposite, pull it apart? And Skruzzle's like, I suppose so, and she creates a monster, a tool monster that can pull things apart easily, and she uses that monster, which is a really cool, like, Roxy's ideas in the past few episodes of Power Ranger Beast Morphers has been thinking outside the box for a villain. Like, she wanted the drill underground, she made a monster that can pull their weapons apart and their morphers apart. She's been really thinking outside the box when it comes to their arsenal, and just surprise attacking the Rangers. Yes, I know it's mostly due to the Sentai footage and whatever monster of the day they have with the Go Busters footage, but her plans have been really, really interesting, and she's been thinking outside the box, and that's what I really like about this villain. She's been thinking outside the box, and it's really cool. So we then cut back to Grid Battle Force HQ, where Zoe finds Ben and Betty, and Zoe says she'll cover for him and say she broke the headset. So she runs into Devon and takes the blame for Ben and Betty, saying she's the one that broke the headset. Meanwhile, after this, Nate has a brand new invention that can scan Giga drones, so when Skruzzle sends a giant monster to attack the city, they'll have a warning about it so it won't get the jump on them like the drill monster. So the Rangers go set up these devices throughout the town, and Ben and Betty set theirs up. While this is going on, Roxy has her tool monster try and snipe out Zoe, who comes to help him, and set up a shot to take out her morpher and pull it apart, but the monster misses and it pulls apart the Gigadrone detector. So we then come back to Grid Battle Force HQ, where the others are looking through the cameras and they see that Ben and Betty didn't do the job right, and Zoe comes in with all of them having ice cream.
When the fuck did we get ice cream?
So Zoe defends Ben and Betty, saying they did put up the Gigadrone detector, and Devon kind of doubts them because Devon sort of catches on that Ben and Betty was the one that broke his headset and Zoe covered for him. So he says, "How can I trust you if you're just covering for them again?" And this gets the Rangers into a small argument where Zoe walks out saying she needs to be alone and goes to the park to think. So the other Rangers end up going to the place to put Ben and Betty's Gigadrone detector together, and they're attacked by Roxy and the Tool Monster, who is easily pulling apart their weapons, giving the Rangers a hard time. But the monster and Roxy escape, unfortunately, and Zoe is soon ambushed at the park. And this is a really cool fight where they're all taking them on. I mean, even if their ranger weapons are destroyed, they're using their beast powers to attack. Is that what Devon was trying to tell them at the start of the episode? Who knows? But anyway, so Zoe is ambushed at the park by the Tool Monster, and the others soon quickly come to help because Zoe has no morpher. It got pulled apart off screen, so the other Rangers come to help, and conveniently Cruz has spare morphers and spare weapons for the Rangers. So it's good to see that Grid Battle Force has that stuff on stock and in supply, because if this was like an older series where it wasn't a big military base that was fixing stuff like that, they would need a repair person, and it would probably take half an episode or maybe a two-parter episode to put that stuff together. But anyway, the Rangers come and they quickly destroy the monster, and it's turned to ash. Scrozzleman appears and picks up the detector because Zoe jumped over the monster of the day, and that somehow got the DNA of the Jackrabbit Beastbot, the Jackrabbit Beast Morpher DNA. So they've got the rabbit DNA now, they just need the cheetah DNA. So they've got 2 out of 3 DNAs so far. So the Rangers get in the Megazord and fight the giant monster of the day, and the monster of the day has this brand new ability that Scrolls has invented where it just forms out of its back, it just peels out of there. It's very weird, it's very gross. They don't really explain it that much, it just sort of peels out of the back of the other Gigadrone. I'm sure there's a reason in the Sentai why it doesn't. I need to watch more Go Busters to probably explain why it does that, but either way, because Sentai, like I usually say. So the Rangers fight off the giant monster, but we see a brand new Zord, the Striker Zord, which is forming the Wrecker Zord and the Jet Zord together, I believe. So that will be on toy stores soon. Buy it now, kids. Anyway, a brand new Zord is formed. It looks really cool. I really do like the design. The thing with these Beast Morpher Zord fights, they can either drag on for a really, really long time, or they can go by really quickly. So either way, I did enjoy this Zord fight. It was over before I knew it, but it was a really fun Zord fight. The Rangers saved the day, defeat the monster, and then we cut to them at Riptide Gym. So Devon apologizes to Zoe, and they're best friends in the end. They hug it out, and then Ben and Betty walk in saying, "We fixed the VR headset, everything's all good." Devon puts it on, he sees a big bad CGI shark, he steps backwards, and funny thing, because he lands on a skateboard and slides backwards. When he steps on the skateboard, you can see it for a split second. I don't know if anyone else caught onto this, but if you did, thumbs up to you as well, because when he steps on the skateboard, it is Chase's skateboard from Dino Charge. You can see the Kiwi on it for a split second because Devon's foot goes on for it and he steps back really quickly because of the motion. So for a split second you can see the prop that they used for Chase's skateboard in Dino Charge. I guess they still have it lying around, or they had plenty in use, so they had to use one for this one joke. But either way, you see Chase's old skateboard. So Devon falls over, everyone laughs, and that's where the episode ends, which really confused me how the episode would end like that, because I thought we would have Evox yelling at the villains, yelling at Roxy for failing, but no, we got none of that, nothing of what Blaze is up to after he got told off. It just kind of ends with a gag of the day, everyone apologizes and be's friends again. Maybe we'll get a follow-up to that next week, because the Blaze and Roxy storyline to get upgraded is still very interesting. I get the feeling it's going to be like a 3-episode arc, but either way, I'm really enjoying it. But I do kind of wish we got some closure with the villains this week, but I guess we'll find out what they're up to next week. Now, this episode of Power Ranger Beast Morphers overall felt like a filler episode, and I usually don't say that a lot with Power Ranger Beast Morphers episode where I feel like they dragged on. This episode went by really quickly, but nothing that important happened apart from a brand new Zord and the Blaze and Roxy storyline, so I guess this was a bit of a hold the brakes, we're going to get to the important stuff in the next week or so, but it was an okay episode. I mean, I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. I sat down and I watched it. It was cool to get another Zoe-focused episode again, because the last one we got a Zoe-focused episode was episode 3, I believe, the one where it was called End of the Road. That was a Zoe-focused episode, so it's nice to finally get another Zoe-focused episode after so long, because Zoe's a fun character. I do enjoy her. But either way, that's my thoughts on Beast Morphers episode 12. What did you guys think of the episode? Did you like it, not like it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. But anyway guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this review of Power Ranger Beast Morphers episode 12, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys around. Peace out.